Hey guys, this is Jeff on the Entrefied podcast. If you're new to our website, you can go to www.entrefied.com. What we do is we interview guests. We have all kinds of people on the show, professionals, authors. We have all kinds of different people on the show. We look for those uh, tips, tricks, habits, principles, things that lead to success. We actually look for the things that people have failed on, and sometimes those leave clues. Join our free newsletter. You can get our PAR course, which I'll be talking about right here. If you're looking at the screen, PAR Part 1. We call it Plan, Action, and Repeat. What this is a workbook, right? And this is a daily routine. I wanted to go ahead and give this away in this video. But to get this, you just simply join our free newsletter, and you will get more than what I'm showing probably on this video, obviously. But I want you to go ahead and get that where you get it and you can apply it every day. This is just a very unique little system that you can apply. It's very simple. Let's get to the point. So you can get it by joining our free newsletter, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit. So on our daily routine here, one of the things that I recommend that you do is take a notebook, right? And this is very simple. You can see on the screen what I'm talking about if you're watching the video. But you make like what I call a 5-minute starter. Now you spend some time listing the top 3 things that you want to accomplish today. What this does is this basically sets what you want to get done in your mind. Hey, I've listed 3 things, and you know then what it is. You think, well, I know that before. But when you write it down, there is something that happens. You've got something that you can put with it. Now, you can even put the time that you want to do this if you want to do that. Like, let's say you get started with your day about by 8 or 7. Let's use 7, for example. All right, so 7, and you list, okay, from 7 to 8, I'm going to do this, that, and the other. Okay, so you've listed 3 or 4 things. You can say, okay, and from 8 to 9, I'm going to do this, 9 to 10. You can do that, okay? Or you don't have to. You can just list the top 3 things without putting the time down. That's up to you. But I would encourage you to spend 5 minutes in the day when you start your day and just take 5 minutes and write down some things that you want to do. I want to keep moving, guys, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to get through, and I don't want to take you a really long time to get there. So the next thing is write down something that you're looking forward to. You think, well, this really don't matter. It does. Believe me, your mindset and how you think matters. Sometimes it matters more than what you're going to have to do today. You could be doing something that you're not excited about. You could be doing a lot of things that you just don't feel good about. If you can get excited about something, sometimes it changes your mental aspect, your mental equivalent, like I said, to success. So when you do that, you can get hyped up and psyched about things that are just everyday. But anyway, so find something that you can look forward to in your day. You can write that down too if you want. Moving on, but you need to have that. Guys, we got so much stuff going on. You get so many days in your life. You need to have something that you're going to do that's fun. That's what I recommend because I think it's something to look forward to. It'll help you throughout your day. The next thing is, what have you learned? What's something that you've learned from yesterday? You know, and it could be all kinds of things, guys. I'm not talking about just book information. I'm talking about in your life, you know, and it could be different things for you. I hesitate to tell you just one thing because I think, okay, somebody's going to think that I'm talking about just this, okay? But it's literally basically a huge amount of information that it could be for you. So there's not just one category. So I'm going to name out some stuff. Let's say you were short with somebody. You know, you just spoke kind of blunt and rude to somebody. You know, why was it that you did that? And you think back on that. Well, I wished I hadn't have done that. Well, what was some of the reasons that you did that? What was some of the reasons why you did that? Did they make you mad, or is there something that going on in your life at the time that you snapped? You say, well, that's just one event in one day. But what if you could start to recognize the mental turmoil? I talk about that a lot of times. The things you're going through in your life, the mental turmoil, the negativity that you're thinking in your mind when somebody, let's say, cuts you off in traffic. Could you just stop and start to recognize those patterns and start to think, you know, how can I reconstruct this to make this a positive? So, well, you can't do that. Yes, you can. You can't control every thought that goes through your mind. That's true. But a lot of times you can reconstruct things. So moving on. What have you learned? Think about the things that you can do. What did you do well yesterday? Is there something that you can repeat today? And I'll give you an example. Let's say you made your list, you got started early, and you knocked out probably 2 or 3 times what you normally would do in a day. Why do you think that is? See, that's a pattern. That's something that you can record. It's what I call a repeatable, something that you can do possibly tomorrow. See, a lot of times it's about that mindset, right? Because when you get into that momentum, it's like things just start clicking. It's like pop, 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 pop. And then you're like, man, I've got it going. I'm having a really good day. Why are you having a really good day? So I hope you can read that and get the idea of what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about what are the reasons, what are the reasons for good days? What's some of the things you learned yesterday? It could be how somebody else does something. I'm around people that do things in really great ways. They have really good habits in certain areas, and they may not have good habits in others. The point is, start to learn what start to write down and put what you can learn from yesterday. It could be from your mistakes. But if you'll start learning from your mistakes and you start learning from your wins and repeating those things, if you do this, just a simple thing every day, what did I learn yesterday? What's something I could have done better? And you start writing that down every day and you start learning, man, that one thing alone, if you keep getting better, that would be, man, that'd be worth just doing this every day. Moving on, today's list, looking at what you have learned above. I mentioned that up here, that what you wrote down. What do you want to focus on today? And here's another thing, working toward a goal. It is good to work toward your goals daily. If you're working toward your goal today, what is it that you will be doing? What's one thing that you're looking forward to do? And this basically ends the daily thing, just a daily routine, writing down what you want. Now, I know a lot of people out there maybe thinking about you didn't have gratitude. Gratitude is very important. That's up to you. You can list the things that you want to write down that you're grateful for. You can say a prayer. I'm a Christian. I believe in that. But what I'm saying is this is a very simple routine right here. Just being grateful is very important, but I'm talking about the first things here just to keep it really simple and easy. Daily routine, first thing, write down the 3 or 4 things that you're going to do. 5-minute starter, something you're looking forward to today. What have you learned from your yesterday? What can you apply? What can you apply today that you've learned from yesterday? And here's the thing, and working towards your goal. Here's the thing. Every day you can start recording what you've learned that day. So I'm not asking you to write it in a manual. I'm saying if you just get a notebook and you start writing those things down. Okay, yeah, I should have done this. I've learned that I should be like this with this person. One of the things that you learn, when you do like a personality test and things like that is how you deal with people. When people deal, with different situations, different ways, especially if they have different personalities and things like that. Doesn't make them wrong. It's just how they interact with people is very important. Because if you don't understand who you're interacting with and how to communicate with that relationship and communicate with that type of personality, it's tough. And sometimes there's misunderstandings and there's things like that. But you need to learn from the mistakes that you've made, how to correct them, and then repeat the things that you want to, that are good, that you can repeat every day. Guys, I hope you've got something from this today. This is the first part of this is very simple. It's our PAR course. I call it plan, action, and repeat. So you plan, you take action, and then you get the feedback, and then you repeat. You start another plan, and you start action. So it's always a corrective process. This is just the first part. I hadn't really got into the plan and action part yet, but this is the first routine. If you'll do this every day, I believe it's going to give you greater success because it's very simple and it's something that you can act on. It's something that you can learn from. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is just the first part of the PAR course, and you can get it on our website by simply joining our free newsletter, and you also get transcripts and things like that when it comes out, a lot of times, what we're doing right now anyway. And we have I don't know how many transcripts of our podcast, but you can get that. Look under our resources section. We have posts on our website We're basically trying to give you this great information. If you don't know who we are, what we do is we interview professionals, business people, and we look for those clues, success clues, and tips and tricks and things like that. Guys, I appreciate you watching. Watch the next podcast and the YouTube videos we'll be putting out. Me and Patrick doing a lot of great things. I hope you enjoy it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.